Yo, what's going on, FBC members? So after I do the finances, I like to get creative and make some mock-ups for the new drop items. This is where I play around with the colors, the designs, and see what I like. So I'm going to show you my process and how I make mock-ups. Let's get into it. Alright, starting off with the blank garment. I like to use the actual pictures of the garments rather than digitized mock-ups. You can usually find these on your blank manufacturer's website. Sometimes they have an image library. This is where I got this one from. For video purposes, I'm just going to show you guys how I make the members only mockups, not the hoodie mockups. Next up, I make all of my designs in Illustrator and I put them on their own documents. For example, I have the FBC right here, I have the members only here, and the money bag on this document. And you'll see why I do this next. So once you have your design files, this is pretty much all personal preference, whether you want to use Illustrator or Photoshop. I like to use Photoshop so I can create these realistic mockups and get the string or the design behind the string right here. For example, if I wasn't using Photoshop, it would look like this and just be above the string. But since I'm using Photoshop, I'm able to hide it behind the string and make it look realistic. If you guys want a tutorial on that, let me know. So the reason I put designs on their own documents is so I can move each individual piece around. I can move it to the pocket or wherever I want on the hoodie. Versus if they were on one document, they would all have to move together, which wouldn't really work for a design like this. Another thing I want to quickly go over is the biggest differences between the old and the new members only jackets. Starting off with the FBC, the old one used to have a black background around the letters. The new one will no longer have the black background, and the black background will be the jacket color. Now moving on to the members only patch. This is the old one up here, and as you can see, it has a black background, but the black background goes onto a black jacket, so you can see it, but not really. So for the new one, I switched it around so it has a purple background and it has black words. You can see it a lot better and it looks a lot more crisp. As you can see, I also changed the spacing of the letters in some parts, so I made it flow a lot better. And so as you can see, I pretty much repeat the same process for both mockups, and this is basically my basic process of how I create any mockups for any of these drops. So let me know down below if you guys have any questions about the mockups and how I create them, and I'll do my best to answer those. Other than that, stay tuned for the next video. We're going to be ordering some things to create some samples. Let's go.